Lamar, what's your biggest takeaway from this?
Score points, less penalties, finish drives. That's all we can do. We let our defense down our field. Offensive line did a great job. I had a lot of throws I should have made. Deep balls. Marquise had them. Miles Boykin had them. Complete those, and we'll have more time on the clock.
What were the Chiefs doing defensively? It seemed like they were dropping more players in coverage in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of roll coverages, going to cover two Tampa, leaving the safety in the middle of the field, trying to cover up the middle. We just got to do a better job executing. I feel like that's my job. I'm the field general. Is to make my receivers get open and have great balls and we'll have extended drives.
Lamar, when a coach says during the week we're going to go for a fourth down, we're going to go for two when he has the opportunity, does that give you guys a lift? I mean, he's going to take some heat this week for how aggressive feet play the call.
Absolutely. It's our job to execute. Fourth and short, third and short, we get it. We trying to score points. Chiefs has a great offense, explosive offense. Our job is to finish. Keep our defense on the sideline as much as we can. And we didn't do that today. We started doing it towards the end, but it was too late.
Looked like in the flow of the game, the Chiefs won the first half, you guys won the second half. What changed?
We just played football. We did what we did, the prior 2 weeks before this game. We got out of character. We drove the ball down. We got the ball, scored. We took it easy on the defense, and, they just executed. The offense get back out there, they scored points. And our job is to, like I said, extend drives, score points. And we didn't do that towards the end.
I feel like you guys left some plays on the field in the passing games.
We definitely did. We did. It was a lot of pass plays. We're supposed to make those. We make those. Who knows how the game go?
Lamar, when you are overthrowing some passes, does it look like you were early? Is there anything that's usually the blame for that?
No. Just throw a better ball.
I think it's the preparation that Coach Reed puts us through during training camp. We get everyone in. Everyone gets reps with the ones, twos, whatever it is. And I think guys kind of build that confidence then to know that they can play whenever they get their name called. And so you see that, and I think you've seen it for the last few years now, is whenever someone else gets their opportunity, they come up and they make plays. And so that speaks to them being prepared every single week.
I remember in training camp, you mentioned something that by seeing everybody at least once last year, that was going to help you from a mental standpoint. When you go through the game comes in here, how much do you think you're beating teams now with your mind as much as just the athletic ability that you have?
Yeah, I think just being on the same page as Coach Reed, knowing why he's calling the plays that he calls, having answers. They got me on a few pressures today as far as they were flipping the pressures and getting me, but at the same time, I was able to adjust quicker and kind of have more success earlier in the game.
Take us through the 3rd and 9 to end the game. What was the origin of that? And it's kind of a gutsy call.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool story. Me and Coach Reed and all the offensive pretty much coaches and the quarterbacks, we go through our 4-minute situations every single week. And I think I've done it for 3 years now, and we finally called a play that we had already prepared for and the night before. And so it just shows that every little detail matters. I mean, we had talked about that play the night before. And do you think people would kind of just let that go after we haven't called it for a couple years now? But we had it prepared and we were ready to call it, and then we called it and we succeeded when we got the opportunity to run it.
And you said that was the one you wanted?
Yeah, it was, and we had set it up last week by running the actual little pump pass thing out there, and so we knew, especially with the Ravens, they have a good veteran group of guys, so they saw the exact formation and kind of thought we were going that way, and we were able to kind of slip them out the back door and give them the pass and get the first down.
Just along those lines, Patrick, when you think about what makes Andy special, what is it that you think about his coaching repertoire?
I mean, obviously the way he's able to relate to people, the way he's able to get the best out of every single player that he coaches is something that is truly special about him. But I think that line of being aggressive but at the same time being smart and doing the right thing is something that's special. I mean, I want to go for it every single time, and he has to tell me sometimes that we have to punt it. So I mean, it's like that. But I mean, he has that aggressiveness, but he knows how to manage the whole team at the same time.
Just one other part to that. How much do you feel a little bit like an extension of him? I mean, it's sort of the marriage, if you call it that, really mind to mind.
Yeah, I mean, we prepare ourselves each and every week to be on the same page. I mean, whenever he's calling plays and Coach Bieniemy and they're calling plays, I want to make sure I know why they're calling the play, not just spitting the play out. And so I think just building that relationship with those guys and knowing what we're trying to do and who we're trying to get the certain matchup has helped me kind of, just keep building as a quarterback in this league.
Patrick, I know you said last couple of weeks you want to go hard and run faster. Early part of the game, pass, kind of overthrew him and slowed down stuff. But you hit him on that 83-yard pass. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, early in the game, it was more of a miscommunication thing. As far as I thought he was going to run more vertical, but he saw Earl over the top, so he flattened it off, and he has the ability to do that. I have to make sure I'm on the same page as him. So I told him just to keep running, to keep doing what he was doing, and keep playing fast. And then you saw whenever he got another opportunity up the seam, he was able to make a play on it. And once the ball gets in his hands, I mean, it's like that Tyreek effect where it's just about over.
Patrick, going back to guys making plays, next man up and everything, just talk about the plays that Darrell Williams made, not just on the third and 9 screen pass that you threw to him, but some of those runs that he had in the fourth quarter that let you protect your lead.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it all training camp, and then obviously adding LaShawn at the end of there. We have a deep running back room, and those guys, every single one of those guys is prepared to play, and they can have success in the play. And you saw Darrell last year at the end of the season and in the playoffs make a lot of big plays. So he didn't get the start off at the beginning of the year, but whenever his number got called, he stepped right in and made plays, and that shows what kind of teammate, what kind of player that he is.
Last two.
Patrick, coming into this game, early Thomas said you guys weren't going to be able to beat them. You take that to a challenge coming into the game?
Not necessarily. I mean, Earl's a great player, and he's been a great player for a long time. But we're going to play our offense and do our offense the way that we do it, and we're going to have opportunities to beat people deep, and we're going to execute on those. And, I mean, you can say it during the week, but we're still going to do what we do every single week.
Last one. Pat, you were particularly pass heavy in the first half. Did you anticipate that kind of game going into it? Would it be that way?
Yeah, I mean, it goes with the flow of the game. In the first half, I felt like they were kind of flying a little bit quicker with their linebackers up the field, and so when I kind of had some of those RPO, those run pass options, I was throwing the ball. And then as the game kind of settled down and we kind of hit them on a couple of those, then they started kind of sitting a little bit longer. I was able to hand the ball off, and that's how you have to execute a game plan. It's not about I guess it's not about like going in there thinking try to run it first and pass it after that. You have to make sure that you just take what they're giving you, and you'll be able to open both of them up as the game goes on.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.